At speed, you can't drink and drive, you can't drug and drive. Not saying any of these boys have been doing that, not at all. I'm just putting it out there, you know, because it's the time of year, it's Christmas, it's New Year. Now you've got to be careful the most, you know, especially with people walking about, other people, you know. When you get in the car, you must think of them, be in a sound mind and competent, pay due care and attention to everything you do. Again, condolences to the deceased's family. 2 young men should never have happened. AJ, God had his arms wrapped around you tight, you know, because looking at that crash, you're one lucky guy. And I'm pleased you're alive, son. I'm pleased you're alive.
When Oleksandr Usyk arrived at the hospital to check on Anthony Joshua after the horrific car accident, it wasn't about formality or public image. This wasn't a required gesture or a media move. It was one fighter reaching out to another after an event that could have permanently altered lives. The crash claimed the lives of 2 people very close to Joshua, while AJ himself was left dealing with serious injuries. Usyk's decision to be there showed a level of respect that goes far beyond titles, belts, or anything that happens inside the ring.
Unbelievable loss. Sinna Atlatif were 2 incredible people who were not only part of AJ's team, but also friends. My sincere condolences to their families, loved ones, and everyone who knew them. Anthony Joshua, wishing you a speedy recovery. Stay strong.
John Fury's reaction to the news of Joshua's crash stood out because it carried real emotion. You could hear the disbelief and concern in his voice. This wasn't about boxing rivalries, business interests, or promotional narratives. It was the response of someone who understands the dangers of the sport and how close everyone came to losing a major figure. That mix of shock, relief, and worry reflected how deeply the situation affected those who truly grasp what fighters risk every time they step into the spotlight.
You're one lucky lad. God bless you, I'm glad you're alive again. Shocked me, it has. Terrible. Anyway, good luck everybody and try to enjoy the new year.
Eddie Hearn's response highlighted how fast everything changed once the news broke. One moment, discussions were centered on future bouts, championship paths, and long-term plans. The next moment, all of that became irrelevant. Life and death took center stage. Even Usyk's camp immediately recognized that boxing schedules and negotiations no longer mattered. What mattered was people coming together to support one another through something unimaginable.
The family, anything they need, you know, sometimes when someone is a star, they have a lot of things in their life taken care of for them. So you really have to move into that mode in this situation as well. Make sure, obviously, they're getting the best medical attention, make sure their family are...
Official reports left no doubt about how serious Anthony Joshua's accident truly was. 2 lives were lost, and AJ was rushed to emergency medical care. That reality explains why Oleksandr Usyk's decision to personally show support carried so much weight. Seeing former opponents openly put competition aside to focus on recovery, healing, and compassion revealed what true respect looks like when everything else fades away.
Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen, Anthony Joshua, future heavyweight Hall of Famer, has been in a severe car accident which killed 2 people. He is severely injured. He's still alive. There's footage out there of people helping Anthony Joshua out the vehicle. We don't know the details of what happened, if they was in a car accident, if they was just swerving around and lost control. We don't know, but my condolences go out to those who lost their lives. Hopefully it was just, man, a terrible accident. And also, hopefully Anthony Joshua will seek the medical attention that he needs. You know, check the everything, the head, the scan everything, x-ray, MRI, because we don't know if that could be internal bleeding as well. You know, adrenaline is pumping and you may feel like you're not okay, but you gotta check everything. But hopefully he heals well, and Godspeed. And again, my condolences go out to...
This heartbreaking update exposed the full extent of what Anthony Joshua endured. He survived a devastating crash that took the lives of 2 close companions, while he fought through injuries of his own. The entire boxing world felt the weight of that loss. Watching Oleksandr Usyk step forward with sincere empathy reinforced the idea that brotherhood and mutual respect matter far more when tragedy overshadows all else.
in car accident. Two people who I believe were with Anthony Joshua were friends of his have tragically passed away. Before I carry on reading the article, the two people who have tragically passed, my condolences is all I can say to their friends and family.
Frank Warren's comments about Joshua's accident showed just how seriously the situation was taken across the sport. Still, it was Usyk's personal message of sympathy and strength that truly captured attention. This wasn't a routine show of sportsmanship. It was genuine human compassion, proving that even fierce rivals can stand together when real tragedy strikes instead of manufactured controversy. Jake Paul's reaction to Joshua's accident helped redirect attention to what truly matters beyond rankings and fight records. Moments like this, especially witnessing Usyk's respectful gesture, shifted the conversation away from competition and toward shared humanity. It reminded both fans and fighters that when serious tragedy occurs, empathy has to come first. Although some reports missed important details, one thing remained consistent: the devastating reality of the crash itself. Oleksandr Usyk's compassionate outreach to Anthony Joshua helped guide the broader discussion toward healing and respect. His voice cut through rumors and speculation, offering something genuine at a time when clarity and care were desperately needed.
Was someone in the stationary truck? I'm not sure about that, so I'm not going to report on that, but the truck was stationary. And Anthony Joshua's SUV.
WD's breakdown of the crash illustrated just how chaotic and painful the situation became for Anthony Joshua. Reports indicated that AJ's vehicle attempted a lane change before colliding with a stationary truck, resulting in the deaths of two close friends and team members. Joshua was hospitalized but listed as stable. Shockwaves from the incident spread quickly throughout the boxing community, bringing even longtime rivals together. Oleksandr Usyk, who faced Joshua twice in championship fights, publicly shared condolences and support, showing that true respect rises above competition when tragedy strikes.
Two officials in Nigeria, they ran into a stationary truck while trying to change lanes on the roads. Just a horrific accident. I don't want to start, assigning blame to something that I don't have.
Joe Rogan quickly moved into speculation surrounding the crash, but beneath that controversial angle lies a critical truth. The situation could have ended far worse. Available footage and reports showed Anthony Joshua being helped from the wreckage after his SUV struck a stationary truck in Nigeria. Two close companions lost their lives, and AJ suffered injuries serious enough to require hospitalization. The boxing world reacted in stunned silence. In that moment, rivalry disappeared. Oleksandr Usyk publicly expressed heartfelt support, reminding everyone that empathy and respect matter far more than speculation when fighters face life-threatening events.
Thank God he didn't have a seatbelt on. I never say that. Thank God he didn't have a fucking seatbelt on, because if he did,
there's no way
he would be dead.
The emphasis on compassion echoed exactly how many fans felt watching Anthony Joshua pulled from the wreckage. It was immediately clear this wasn't just another traffic incident. With two fatalities and a world champion hospitalized, even seasoned professionals were shaken. The focus on empathy rather than hype captured the broader reaction perfectly. That's why Oleksandr Usyk's outreach resonated so strongly. A fighter who shared the ring with Joshua twice at the highest level, Usyk didn't hesitate to offer strength and condolences, reminding everyone how fragile and valuable life truly is. Rivalry gave way to respect and shared concern.
Get seriously hurt. I don't believe Josh would have. I believe Josh might have some compassion in him.
Yeah.
And I think he'll go.
Police confirmation made the tragedy unmistakably clear. Anthony Joshua survived a devastating crash, while two of his closest companions did not. The accident occurred on a busy road in Nigeria, a country where Joshua maintains deep family ties. Images of AJ being assisted from a destroyed Lexus SUV impacted fans worldwide. In response, the boxing world set aside titles, schedules, and promotion. Even Oleksandr Usyk, Joshua's toughest in-ring rival, paused all competitive focus to publicly offer strength and condolences. His message felt personal, not rehearsed, reflecting genuine compassion forged through shared championship battles.
There was an accident at 9:30 a.m. local time, 8:30 our time, involving two vehicles in which two people have died, and Anthony Joshua has received minor injuries and he's been taken to hospital. So eyewitnesses say Joshua was in a Lexus SUV with 3 other passengers, and he was involved in an accident in which that Lexus collided with a truck that was stationary at the time. And there are videos online of a shaken Joshua being taken out of the car. So local police have confirmed that Joshua has suffered minor injuries.
Coverage of the incident underscored just how severe Anthony Joshua's crash was, confirming he survived an accident that claimed 2 lives and required immediate medical evaluation. Footage showed him being helped from the wreckage, injured but alive, as the world seemed to pause. What followed was unity that went beyond sport. Alexander Usyk, who defeated Joshua twice in historic heavyweight contests, reached out with sincere words centered on loss, resilience, and human connection. In a sport defined by rivalry, that moment stood as something deeply meaningful and personal. Logan Paul's reaction to Anthony Joshua's accident revealed another side of how people process the news. Not everyone found the right words, but most understood the gravity of the situation. As headlines spread, reactions ranged from heartfelt concern to uncomfortable commentary. What became clear was that this moment extended far beyond boxing. Alexander Usyk's sincere message of support stood apart from shallow responses, bringing humanity back to the forefront instead of hype or spectacle. As the initial shock surrounding Anthony Joshua's car accident begins to settle, one lesson stands out clearly. Even the fiercest rivalries fade when life and compassion take priority. From witness accounts to reactions by Chris Eubank Jr., analysts, and public figures, responses ranged from disbelief to deep empathy. What resonated most was Alexander Usyk's heartfelt support for AJ, proving that respect extends far beyond competition. Joshua's recovery, both physical and emotional, will be demanding, and the boxing world continues to watch closely. This tragedy serves as a reminder to value the people around us, reflect on what matters, and stand together when life takes an unexpected turn.